probably my favorite spearing story as far as pike goes, outside of my own personal best getting a 40-incher. I used to go do winter camping on this one kind of remote lake in the UP. So the year I left my job, 2018, we were going to go that winter. We had like good ice. It was like mid-December. I went up on a Thursday evening, stayed with my one buddy in Marinette, had a few too many beers, so I was dragging a little bit in the morning, but I hit the ice. I was by myself, like right before dawn. They were going to meet me after they got done work, and we were going to camp this lake. It's like 400 acres. It's got 2 little islands on it. You got to drive like a mile and a half back on this logging road. So it's pretty remote, and there's like 4 little cabins on it, but they're clearly just summer cabins. I've never seen somebody out there in the winter. So I go back, and it's very early ice, and this lake has a lot of natural springs. So I always try to go this one way out, and that way wasn't snow covered at all. Like we'd gotten a dusting of snow like 2 nights before, and I'm like, I think that's really new ice, and I didn't feel good going that way. So I went to the right and, spudded my whole way out, get out to where I wanted to go next to this one island, probably about a mile out, walk out, and I'm out there. I'm like trying to get set up, figuring out where I'm going to go, and I look across the lake and I see this dark black object walking, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And at first I thought it was a wolf because it was like taking these weird like long strides, and I thought I saw a tail, and it was just far enough away, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, it's a black bear out on the ice. And I'm like, what the heck is this thing doing out there? And as a photographer, I always got some sort of camera on me, so I had a very nice point and shoot, and I like set it up, and I'm taking some pictures and little video, and I call my one buddy that I'd stayed with, and he works at a winery up in Peshtigo, and I'm like, hey, there's a black bear on the ice, and he didn't actually answer, so I just left this voicemail, which he saved because he thinks it's so funny because of the tone of my voice. I'm like, just, you can tell I'm really like amped and like don't know what's going on, and after I realized this thing's walking towards me, and I'm like, what is going on? So I start yelling at it, and I'm cleaning my spear and auger and stuff, just trying to make a bunch of noise, and it keeps walking at me. Like I said, it's early ice, so I'm like, I don't know which way is safe to get off. The way he's walking is the exact way I took out, and behind me is just marshland. I'm like, I'm sure that's not like locked up in any way for me to get out of here. And so I'm just like, got to stand my ground and keep yelling at him. He gets within about 10 yards of me, and he finally like stops, and he's looking at me, and I'm just like ready to fight this bear. And he just stops, and he finally goes up onto the island that I'm going to camp. And I'm like, all right, I'm not camping and I'm not staying here. So I just throw all my stuff back on my sled and make record time getting out of there. And to backtrack just a tiny bit, my one warden buddy, I called him too, thinking like, hey, maybe he's got some good advice for me to like get this bear to stop beyond just yelling at it. And he just tells me the same things I'm already doing. And then he ends with, hey, if you die, can I get all your decoys? And I can hear my other buddy in the background just laughing his head off. I'm like, you're not at all helpful here. So yeah, I finally get out of there, book it out, keep looking over my shoulder, and I can see this bear just wandering on the island. So I was staying through the weekend, and we went to some other lakes the next day, and then we came back 2 days later, and with my warden buddy, well, he's retired at the time now, and we walk out, and this thing is just sleeping basically where I had left it, out on the ice, like on the edge of this island. So we took some pictures with it and stuff, and we let the Michigan DNR know, like, hey, there's this bear that's acting kind of weird. And his theory was it was probably like a 2.5-year-old bear, like maybe its first winter out on its own, and it was kind of like a little bit warmer weekend. So he's like, it probably just woke up from hibernating and was just really confused and groggy and wandering around. And yeah, I was just like, well, I don't care how young or whatever is going on. Like, I did not want to wrestle with it. So that actually inspired my very first shirt design I did. It was like me holding a spear like to this bear or whatever. And yeah, it was just a fun, unique story that you wouldn't get otherwise if you're just sitting in your house in the middle of the winter.